Ervi wanted to read a book. She realized that to read a book successfully, we must learn many words. So, she decided to keep learning new words. By Togbah Wleh. Once upon a time, in a neighborhood in south of Jakarta, Indonesia, little Ervi lived in a traditional Javanese house with her mom, dad, and two baby brothers. Every day, when Ervi woke up in the morning and before going to bed at night, she often saw her dad reading. Some days he read a big book, and other days he read something called a newspaper. Newspapers report the news about what is happening in Indonesia and around the world. Someday when Daddy read, he was very happy because of what was in the newspaper. He often laughed and even danced because of what he read. Other days, he was sad because of what was in the newspaper. But most days, he was in a good mood because of what he read. Wow, Daddy reads a lot, Ervi would say. She first realized that because Daddy read a lot, he knew a lot. And because Daddy read and knew a lot, he was in a different mood every day. Some days, he was very happy. Other days, he was very sad. But most days, he was in a good mood. Cool! How cool it would be if I could read a lot and if I knew a lot like Daddy, Ervi once said to herself. She had her first idea. She was going to read a book, a big book like Daddy. She wanted to read a newspaper, a long newspaper. She was going to be happy on some days, sad on other days, and in a good mood on most days like Daddy. One day, Ervi rushed to the bookshelf and grabbed a book. She tried to read it, but she did not know her words. She was mad at herself for not knowing how to read. But then she had an idea. It was her second idea. She decided that it was best to learn her letters first. And so Ervi began to learn her letters and her words. She wanted to learn her letters and then combine letters to make words. After learning her first 3 words, Ervi rushed to the bookshelf. She grabbed the book and tried to read it, but she could not. She had her second realization. 3 words were not enough to successfully read a book. And so, Ervi decided to try again. After learning 3 more words, Ervi rushed to the bookshelf. She grabbed a book and tried to read it, but could not. She had her third realization. She realized that learning 6 words was not enough to read a book successfully. And so, Ervi decided to try again. After learning another 3 words, Ervi rushed to the bookshelf and grabbed a book. She tried to read it, but she could not. She had her 4th realization. She realized that learning 9 words was not enough to read a book successfully. Ervi had her fifth realization. She realized that to read a book successfully, she had to learn lots and lots and lots of words. And so, she decided to learn new words for 30 days. Ervi asked her mom to draw 30 bad stick monkeys on the wall of her room, representing each of the 30 days in a month. This means that for every day Ervi spent learning new words, she would cross out a bad stick monkey. So, Ervi began learning new words for 30 days. On the last day, after learning her last word, Ervi rushed to the bookshelf and grabbed a book. Before she knew it, she was reading the book. She read one book, another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another. She read all the books her parent bought for her that she could not read days before. Then Ervi had her sixth realization. She realized that to read a book successfully, we must learn many words. We must also always keep learning new words. So, Ervi decided to keep learning words so that she could read many books and know many things like her daddy. The end. Now, friends, please tell me what you think. And I really, once again, for the many times, I really want to know what you think. Friends, this is my latest project. It is interesting that I wrote this story or narrated this story while I was on a train. Basically, I was in Indonesia traveling from one city to another. I was basically traveling from Bandung, Indonesia to Jogja, Indonesia. And basically, this story popped up into my head while I was talking to someone. I was basically trying to teach or demonstrate to somebody the structure or structures of a story. And as I was trying to explain this story basically began to pop into my head. And basically, I wrote it, and it is very interesting. Now, friends, once again, for the many times, please tell me what you think. And I really want to know what you think. And the story's title is Ervi Wanted to Read a Book by Togbah Wleh. Today, my friends, is Saturday, August the 15th, 2026, and the time now is 1:34 p.m. Friends, I want to thank you for being a member of the TNVTTS community. I want to thank you for watching my videos, my programs, and please tell me what you think. Peace.